The third day of testimony in the trial of James Staley III for the murder of Wilder McDaniel wrapped up about an hour ago in Tarrant County.
Proceedings got underway on a rainy day about 9 this morning with the defense team for Staley cross-examining Detective Chad Nelson, who served as the lead investigator into Wilder's death until May 2020. Josh
Hoggard is at the courthouse. He joins us now. So, Josh, tell us all that happened during today's proceedings.
Well, that's right, guys. Today, proceedings got underway today in the courthouse here in Tarrant County. It started with lead detective Chad Nelson taking the stand. Now, Nelson was the person in charge of the investigation for the duration of that time. And so when Nelson took the stand today, he was concluding cross-examination that began with with defense attorney questioning him in a very, very aggressive manner. And so during that questioning, today defense attorney Mark Daniel continued to grill Detective Nelson on his handling of that case. And it was his pattern on Tuesday as well. And Daniel would often ask Detective Nelson questions while he was still searching for the answer to a question that was previously asked. And quickly to that, Wichita County District Attorney John Gillespie objected, and after that, Judge Everett Young ruled that one question at a time needs to be asked to that person. Please forgive me. All right, Detective Nelson's testimony also refuted some claims that were made by the defense that Amber didn't begin to suspect Staley had a hand in Wilder's death until January of 2019. Testifying that she had her doubts as early as the day after Wilder died. The state then called Amber Campese, a member of a prominent family that owns several successful restaurants in Dallas-Fort Worth. She's also the aunt of Brooklyn Staley Campese, who is Staley's daughter with Amber Campese's sister, Tara Campese. And so Campese testified about a text exchange that took place between herself and Staley between the night before Wilder died and the day that he was found dead in Staley's home. Staley said, quote, "I have a secret, please let me tell you." Although we ended up learning that secret was unrelated to Wilder's death, a portion of that text conversation did take place while investigators were at Staley's home on October 11th. So testimony continued with retired WFPD Detective Betty Dean, who examined Wilder's body at Staley's residence. She was also present during the execution of the search warrant on Staley's home, where she collected Staley's phone from him, but then testified that he declined to give the passcode, something that ended up delaying the investigation. During cross-examination, Dean testified that Detective Nelson was leaning on her because it was his first homicide that he had ever worked. And although she examined Wilder's body, she noted that she observed no injuries to Wilder's face, nose, tongue, or frenulum, nor did she find any type of fabric in his mouth. Following that, WFPD officer Walter Vermillion testified to his role in collecting evidence on October 11th, saying that he removed a Mac Mini and a laptop from that residence. And then the final witness called today to take the stand was former co-worker of Staley's, Amber Coe, who recalled a text message exchange in which Staley sent her a video the day before Wilder died that was taken by Amber, apparently of Wilder going to the restroom, which she testified she was unsure why she even got. She recalled the conversation with Staley about his apprehensions of being a stepfather, testifying that Staley said, quote, "I love her, and I don't know about being a step-parent." Before testimony ended, she testified that Staley was manipulative. Now, proceedings will resume tomorrow morning right here in Auxiliary Trial Room A, and we've still got a lot of testimony to go and a lot of evidence to uncover, including Wilder's mom, Amber McDaniel, and the mother of Staley's child, Tara Campese, as well as a handful of other medical professionals, forensic scientists, and still more officers with the WFPD. So make sure that you stick with us on air and online for the latest updates.
I know you'll have the very latest. Josh, thank you very much for breaking this down for us.